Tanukichi Okuma heads to school to meet his crush, Ani Nishikinomiya. After an unexpected turn of events, he's about to be arrested by the decency squad, but thank heavens that at the same time, Blue Snow appears out of the blue, allowing him to take advantage of the diversion created by them. Still confused to infinity, things are only getting started, because a classmate asks him the question teachers avoid at all costs, that being the infamous, "How are babies made?" The astonishment is clearly visible as the student council calls him in, demanding that he hunts down the not-so-normal squad from earlier, Blue Snow. Finally getting a break, Tanukichi heads to a cafe with Ayami Koju, the vice president of the student council, who reveals that she's actually one of the very ones he's hunting down. Threatened, Tanukichi gives in to the situation and carries out his first task, that being the spread of perverted leaflets around the gym, in addition to beguiling the teachers into going outside while the vice president plays a video of flies mating in full swing while adding her own voices to the performance. Under Blue Snow's wing, the boy pulls off the best Blue Snow disguise and starts drawing an asterisk sign on the track. There are always consequences, and this time the culprit, Tanukichi himself, is struggling when it comes to dealing with the feelings and emotions brought forth by this act. Not long after, Tanukichi gives himself a memory check and remembers the connection he shares with Anna, something that ends up gaining the trust of the student council. Tanukichi lets his heart think for him for once, and he starts crushing on Anna once again, to which Ayami gives him a heads up that an angry Anna isn't someone he wants to come face to face with. Coming to know that it was none other than Anna's parents who were responsible of the moral laws that they currently have in Japan, the situation is a weird one for sure. But Ayami is not done there. Later on, she decides to come up with another plot, this time targeting the freshmen of the institution. Ayame distracts Anna and Goriki as Tanukichi disguises as the infamous Blue Snow, now teaching students dirty words using his eyes. But it takes more than just that to fool Anna, and with her catching Tanukichi red-handed, the boy's got a lot of explaining to do. But Ayame comes to the rescue, revealing that she is in fact the real Blue Snow along with the urine samples collected from the freshman boys. He tries to escape but is spotted by someone on a nearby roof. Things get crazier when, during the award ceremony, Otome Satome rips up her certificate in the most dramatic manner possible. Soon, Tanukichi is dragged into Otome's life, who threatens him to reveal his Blue Snow secret if he doesn't help her with a romantic issue she's facing. Tanukichi takes the girl out to dinner, only to find out that the girl has a huge crush on Anna. Given the situation, Tanukichi has to confess that he is, in fact, head over heels for Ayame. As Ayame is thinking of Otome being the stalker, she comes up with the plan of drawing out the stalker by pretending to be Anna's boyfriend. The stage is set, and Otome reveals that her reason for painting is Anna herself. At the same time, a bunch of stalkers come out from hiding and attack the disguised Ayame. Tanukichi tries his best to play hero, but doesn't last long as he's knocked out, inadvertently kissing Anna being the catalyst. Anna is still trying to process what just happened as Ayami tells Tanukichi that she has convinced Otome to join SOX, with the production of risque artwork being the sole reason behind it. Back to school now, Tanukichi's confusion knows no bounds since Ayami is constantly absent while Anna doesn't want to talk to him. Ayami now lets others in on her plan to reclaim a hidden stash of vintage hidden in the forest. But the plan demands numbers, and with the students from the school being just what she's looking for, everything is decided. But the plan seems to be going downhill when Tanukichi becomes a target of a stalker and Sophia. Anna's mother visits the school in person for her new legislation. Preventing the plan from falling flat, Ayami tells Tanukichi to confront his stalker. But the whole world does a 180 for Tanukichi when it is revealed that the stalker is in fact Anna, who now wants to sleep with him. But their sweet time is interrupted by Ayame and Anna runs away. Later at the same time, Anna is confronted by Hyoka, who wants to ask her why the science lab was sterilized without her permission, to which Anna replies that she was just eliminating the impure influences. Now Ayame tasks Tanukichi to hand out Otome's graphic material to the students, but while he's out in the middle of it, Anna compels him to drink her love nectar. Trying to escape, he accidentally drops his bag filled with nothing but the most illegal material out there. With Sunday, the ex-prohibition law signature drive is underway, as Sophia plans to meet some of the students of the institution, all the while Ayame is planning to storm the forest against the decency squad. Now Tanukichi is tossed and ends up in front of the stash in a cave that just screams that's in there. But soon he hears the news of Ayami being strangled by Anna, so he leaves everything and rushes to the scene. Now, Tanukichi has another task on his hands. That's to get Hyoka to develop vibrators. But as he's on his way to collect one, Hyoka is there to put his weapon to the test, to aid her research. The two get into a heated argument and Anna shows up all of a sudden. Tanukichi handing her a vibrating egg without telling her anything at all. The next morning, Tanukichi accidentally activates the gadget using that wireless remote, making Ana's drive skyrocket in an instant. Trying his hardest to come up with a solution, no one is willing to help the boy and Garuki brings him to Ana, both getting trapped in the student council room. At this point, Tanukichi comes to know that Ana converted the vibrator into a pendant and is unable to reach it. Eventually, the vibrator short-circuits, and Ana is put to sleep while Tanukichi escapes from the scene. Later on, Ana overhears Otome making dirty remarks about Tanukichi. Now, Socks forms alliances with other erotic terrorist groups throughout the country. During the student council meeting, it's discovered that someone has been stealing underwear throughout the city. As he and Ayami are watching over the girls' changing room to find the culprit, Ana drops by and Tanukichi is in a world of hurt once again. Later on, he reunites with Ayami again, confiscating her yaoi book featuring characters rather similar to himself and Gariki. Soon, Gariki rounds up multiple underwear thieves around the institution, as a terrorist calling himself White Peak of the Gathered Fabric spreads his message across the school. Ayame is all determined to take down White Peak, and at the same night, Tanukichi assists a little girl in escaping from the clutches of the Decency Squad along with Hyoka. Instead of offering her gratitude, the girl starts attacking her savior, Tanukichi. This girl, Kosuri Onagashira, is a strange character. Ayame isn't ready to trust her just yet, given she's the daughter of Kaisuke, a known Iro terrorist. But Kosuke wins at the end and she's able to join Socks. Back at school, Oboro Tsukimigasu has been sent by Ana's father to become the new school prefect. Oboro tries to remove the mundane items, getting rid of Hyoka's yaoi manga, to which Hyoka resists. Now Socks has other plans, that being to distribute Ayame's drawings to other schools. Kosure takes matters into her own hands and returns to report that she has been successful in carrying out her mission. She lets her newfound success get to her head, now treating Tanukichi as nothing but a mere slave. Tanukichi can't let the secret out about Kosuri, so he doesn't act out of the ordinary, while at the same time, the news about Socks' actions being interrupted spreads like wildfire. Ayame comes up with the perfect plan, and first uses her blue snow links to spread more material across the school, while Tanukichi puts his boxers to the test, trying to get the attention of the Gathered Fabric. Ana and Oboro come through the door, and Ana again puts her hands on Tanukichi. The same plan is put to the test later on, and this time Tanukichi manages to knock out several Gathered Fabric members. Soon after, Tanukichi accidentally steps on the crotch of someone. That someone turns out to be Oboro, and it turns out that she's actually a trap. To add fuel to the fire, Oboro tells that she's been trained to serve Ana and her father. Then the fire alarm goes off, and back at Socks' hideout, Kosuri takes the responsibility, to which Ayame rebukes her for the way things ended up as. Everyone's in the middle of thinking what Socks' next move would be, as a pair of panties arrive with a message written on them to meet at the park nearby. White Peak appears there, and as the negotiations are underway, Ayame puts her tricks to play. The next morning, Tanukichi takes the bus to the school, and while talking to Ayame, the bus is hijacked. But Hyoka, Ana, Oboro, and Otome are safe, being in different buses. At the same time, White Peak declares war and announces the organization's affiliation with Socks. Ana is able to get the better of the jacker himself. Goriki's bus has a totally different tale to tell, since with Goriki managing to make everyone vomit their guts out, things turn out to be quite disgusting to say the very least. Ayame makes Kosuri lure out her bus, and despite Tanukichi using the musk panties, White Peak seemed to come out on top in the clash between the two. This is where the plot twist is revealed as Kosuri kicks out Ayame, declaring the affiliation with the Gathered Fabric. Being the man in front of that gun, Tanukichi has no choice but to abandon the bus. The hostages are taken to White Peak by the Zoshigaoka Academy, while Tanukichi is confronted by Hyoka. Gathered Fabric comes up with the old school ransom schemes. Kosuri is the one plotting Gathered Fabric on the map, while White Peak has other ideas in mind. Now, White Peak is confronted by Ayame, Tanukichi, Ana, Goriki, and Oboro. Ana and Ayame put an end to White Peak as the students are evacuating the campus at the same time. Socks gets Kosuri back, Ayame is accepted as the leader once again. With an invitation to a hot spring resort now, the characters know what's going to happen soon. Tanukichi's memory starts feeding him more information, this time making him vision an artifact passed down by his father. Not long after, the squad discovers an unconscious Sophia. Just about to take matters into their own hands, Base Black is there at the scene, declaring the organization to be the one behind this gathering. The interest in Tanukichi's artifact from earlier is all but clear. Gariki's tricks won't work, and with Tanukichi having more than enough window to retrieve the artifact, he doesn't miss the opportunity. The tram collapses as Anna catches up to Tanukichi and Ayame, followed by the duo reaching an old mansion where the artifact is a perfect fit. Kosude and Otome reach the site soon, and the artifact opens up a vault containing a treasure of the most exquisite erotic statues one could think of. And that's the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this, so I'll see you at the next one.